possession. What a pass to Embiid! My goodness! Posterizes Baines and the Fox.
Lined up as if they're coming after him, and they do. And he's in trouble. Wentz will be escaping from the 18-yard line. How in the world did that happen? First down out to the 44-yard.
Hi everyone, this is your host with the most, Philly Jim, coming at you guys with another video. Today's Wednesday practice was concluded, and Doug Peterson and Carson Wentz, they addressed the media and they just went over a couple things. First of all, Doug just talked about what he expects from the Washington Redskins. He thinks Josh Norman is going to follow Alshon Jeffrey around. Okay, well, that's fine. He can follow Alshon Jeffrey around. Can he cover Alshon Jeffrey? Because, to be honest with you, I don't see Josh Norman being able to shut down Alshon Jeffrey. He might have a couple plays here and there, but Alshon is going to have his plays as well where he gets the best of Josh Norman. So I'm not too concerned about that. Ryan Kerrigan is a good player. Of course, he has wrecked the Eagles in the past. Not the past few years, but really Carson Wentz's rookie year, Ryan Kerrigan was really a problem to deal with. So he's a good player along the edge. He mentioned Montez Sweat, who they drafted in the first round. A lot of Eagles fans were high on him. I was too. He battles a heart condition, but overall he's still a very talented player. But yeah, he just talked about that for a little bit, and then they asked him what his message to Carson Wentz was, and he just says, my message rather to Carson Wentz and the entire team is to just, you don't got to be Superman. You don't have to put it all on you. You don't have to do anything crazy. You got a lot of guys here. We're all here to support each other. We're all here to do our job so we can go out and win football games. And that's really what it comes down to. I mean, the guy has a great offensive line. The guy has running backs. Talked about Melvin Gordon earlier, but got Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders in the backfield. You got Darren Sproles and Corey Clement in there as well. You got a lot of guys who, except for Miles Sanders, he's a rookie. But yeah, I got some guys that have been around the league and they pretty much know what to expect, and they can be relied upon. You got veteran receivers. You got Alshon Jeffrey, veteran. Deshaun Jackson, veteran. Nelson Aguilar, semi-veteran. Zach Ertz, veteran. You got veterans. You got guys that know what you're supposed to do. Guys that have won a Super Bowl before. Well, Carson Wentz, unfortunately, was not able to finish that run. But the guys on this team, they know what it takes to get there. And they know what it's going to take to get back. So Carson Wentz has to rely on these guys. He has to trust them as well. And at the end of the day, we know Carson Wentz is going to be Carson Wentz. He's not just going to, totally change who he is. We don't want him to do that either. We want him to go out and play the way Carson Wentz can play. We want him to be the best version of Carson Wentz. That's really what we're looking for with him. We don't need him to be scared to make plays. When you got to escape the pocket and make a play, you got to escape the pocket and make the play. But when you do escape the pocket and make the play, if the play breaks completely down and there's really nothing there, guess what? You throw the ball out of bounds. Big whoop. That's all we need to see from him. We don't need to say, don't get out of the pocket. Just because just standing in the pocket and just standing there and taking the hit, that's what Andrew Luck did. And Andrew Luck ended up retiring. Okay, so, yes, knowing the play's over, but also we don't want to see him totally not use the part of his game that has really made him difficult for defensive coordinators to game plan for over last few years he's been in the league. So, yeah, that's pretty much it with that. And Carson Wentz, when he was addressing the media, he pretty much said he's excited to be out there. He said he couldn't be more ready. So there's a lot of Eagles fans that are very negative when it comes to the way Doug Peterson has handled Carson Wentz. He, everyone just seems to think, oh, he's going to be rusty. He didn't play in the preseason. Listen, and I've said this in previous videos. The way Doug Peterson the way he does his offseason routines with this team, the way he does training camp, practice, yada, 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 he knows what he's doing. So he's not going to put Carson Wentz in this position to be a failure. He's going to put him in a position to be a success. So when the Ravens are in town, they're giving him all this work against the Ravens and reps after reps after reps after reps. He's ready. He's ready. So just because you can't turn your TV on and see Carson Wentz doing that at practice doesn't mean he's not getting the reps. He has gotten the reps. He has gotten all the reps he needed. The knee brace is coming off. I think the knee brace kind of slowed him down last year. You could see it on the field. Tape doesn't lie, as they say. So, knee brace is off. He's excited. He's got something to prove. You guys saw my video, the Revenge Tour. A lot of people were complaining about the Meek Mill music. I don't really care. It is what it is. People are always going to find something to complain about. You got all these talking heads talking about him. Oh, well, Greg Jennings. Oh, well, Carson Wentz's team was built for him, but he hasn't been able to get the job done. He hasn't been able to get the job done? Really? People want to talk about how Carson Wentz was, 4-6 as a starter. He wasn't 4-6 as a starter. Let's be very clear. Carson Wentz had a very underwhelming season last year. He did. He followed up his MVP season with a season, not a terrible season, not a bad season, still a good season, but a season we want to forget. Played through injuries. He just wasn't the same guy. That guy's gone. That guy wasn't healthy. This guy, he's fully healthy. So he's ready to go out there and prove to Greg Jennings and Skip Bayless and all those people, like the one guy that was on there that said, you know what? I honestly think the Philadelphia Eagles, the fan base, the organization, they need to call it quits on Carson Wentz. I really think so. You know why? You know why people say these things about him? They're afraid. They're afraid of what he can do on the field. It's that simple. We know what he's capable of. We know the talent he has. People look at me like I'm crazy. I'm telling you right now. Pure talent at the quarterback position right now. Right now. Carson Wentz is in the same class as Patrick Mahomes. He is. He was doing a lot of the things you see Patrick Mahomes do on the field. Patrick Mahomes is better than Carson Wentz, but I don't think it's by too much. And this year, you're going to see Carson Wentz prove to everyone, hey, I'm in that class with Patrick Mahomes. You guys thought Patrick Mahomes was next? Guess what? I'm right there with him. We're going to be battling for MVPs for years to come. Starts on Sunday. Carson Wentz has a lot to prove. This team has a lot to prove. This team wants to get back to the Super Bowl. And that's pretty much wraps it up for the Wednesday press conferences. Make sure, once again, you guys head over to Joey Shake's channel around 10:30 p.m. tonight, Eastern Time. So that would be 7:30 if you're in California or wherever. So, yeah, be there. We're going to talk about the Birds. We're going to talk about this roster, the game on Sunday, cover a couple of other things. As we know, Ezekiel Elliott got his contract extension. Jared Goff signed it. Other than that, that is pretty much it. This is your host of the Most Philly, Jim, and I am checking up on out of here. If you're new to the channel, hit the sub button. We just hit 800. Thank you guys for all the support. We are going to try our best to get to 1K. I really appreciate all the support since I began making videos. So, you guys are the absolute bomb, man. I appreciate everything. Leave your thoughts and comments down below on this video. So, other than that, go Birds.
Now you should've never doubted me. The pain and the struggle followed me. My daddy never been that bothered me. And these cold streets made a man of me. Knew a time